Okay, so let's lay down. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Rachel's going to be doing a little bit of practice today, so I figured why not put her on the screen, and that way if somebody's watching or has questions on what I'm doing, you can just follow along with her. So I'm going to move a little bit to the side and you'll just hear my voice. I'll stick my head in once in a while, but that's just to see what the comments are. All right, so take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. It's 4:45. It's time. Let your eyes softly close. Get very still. Take a full breath in through your nose and a nice slow breath back out through your nose. And as you fill up with each inhale and you cycle through with the exhale, breathe into whatever feels tight or uncomfortable. Breathe into what you are noticing is connected to the mat. You can place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Sometimes that's very nurturing, and as you breathe in and out and you get to respond with the inhale of your chest and your hand raises, or you exhale and you feel your stomach lower, just let your hands go for that ride. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Maybe you notice the beating of your heart. But just stay present, anchoring into the inhales and the exhales, allowing your hands to go for that rise up and that rise back down. Well, I guess that's not a rise, but you know what I mean. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in and another breath out. All right, bring some true attention to that breath. Really inhale, filling up through the nose. Make it audible. Listen to the sound as you breathe in. And as you exhale out, feel the flutter in the back of your throat. Take another full breath in. Start to lift your arms up overhead. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in. Point the toes, maybe move the fingers. And another breath out. And then bringing the knees into the chest, give yourself a hug. Wrap your arms around your knees. Roll up nice and tight. I'm just going to get out of the way for a little bit. You can focus on your breath. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. With your knees drawn in, start to lift your head and shoulders a little bit more so you roll yourself right into a ball. You can rock right to left. One more breath in and one more breath out. So from here, take a nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, extend your feet and take your hands overhead. So you're coming back into a full body stretch. You can keep the heels lifted, or if you need to lower them, you can. Breathe into your core, activating your abdominal muscles, and then engaging that core. Inhale, draw the knees, lift the shoulders and the head, meet in the middle. Wrap your arms around your shins. Exhaling, extend back out into a full body stretch. Again, hovering, using that core to stay strong. Follow the breath, inhaling again, engaging the core, draw the knees in, lift the shoulders and the head up. Exhaling, extend back into a full body stretch. Keep focusing on that core, and again, as you extend the feet, let the heels hover. Breathing in again, draw everything in. And exhaling, stretch it all out. 3 more times. Keep going at your own pace. Using the core, breathing in, exhaling out. One more time, right, Rach? Mm-hmm. Big breath in, and then exhale, extend, get long. Bring your hands back down by your side, bend your knees, and plant the soles of your feet right on the mat. Take another full breath in, and a full breath out. You got it, Teresa. I'll sign you in, no worries. One more breath in, and and one more breath out. So let's come into pigeon here. So take the right ankle and cross it over your left knee. Take a full breath in as you lift the left foot up, drawing the leg unit in closer to you, and reach your hands behind the thigh, interlacing the fingers, and then draw the hands down closer towards your groin than right behind the knee. That'll help you release your shoulders. Keep a softness to your face, so don't squinch your eyeballs too tight. Maybe release any tension in your jaw. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Notice your feet. Keep them flexed. Take another breath in and another breath out. And then as you are in this pigeon, I want you to keep your legs and hands right where they are. And then we're going to twist this. So open up your arms long now, palms down. Bend that left knee, Rachel. And then let the right foot go over toward the floor. That's it. You can look over the right shoulder, but the leg units stay the same. You're just getting a nice twist from the tailbone right through the back of your head. Keep breathing here. Even though you're in a twisted position, you don't want to hold your breath. So take a full inhale and a full exhale. One more breath in and one more breath out. And then inhale the leg unit back up to center. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself another hug. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Replant the feet, arms by your side. And then we'll come into pigeon on the other side. So with a big breath in, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Keep the feet flexed. And then inhale, lift the right leg up, bringing the hands behind the thigh again. Keep coming back to that breath. Rachel has a beautiful breath. You can really hear her breathe here. So since you're not supposed to be watching Facebook Live and you can just listen to me, you can listen to Rachel's breath. Take another full inhale and a slow exhale out. And again, keeping your feet flexed, we will come into the twist on this side. So open the arms, palms down, take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale. Let the left foot come over toward the earth, allowing the knees and the hips to twist, and you can look out over your left shoulder. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Breathing nice and deep here. Again, allowing your body to come into the twist, but staying with that breath. Inhaling as deeply as you can and exhaling as completely as you can. One more breath in, one more breath out. And you just pause and allow the body to go where it needs to go. And then with your next breath, bring the hips back to the mat, bringing the leg unit back up, draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a great big hug once again. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Now, keeping your knees in, bring the hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, opening up the elbows. We're going to do just a few bicycles. Rachel took a ride earlier, but I don't think it was enough. She'll probably beat me for this later, but this is really good for your core too. So pull into the low belly. Start to lift the shoulders and the head off the mat, and you can hover them right there. Really try to keep the elbows open and think about leading with your shoulder. So take your right shoulder across your body toward your left knee, drawing that in, extending the right foot long. And then you switch. You know how to bicycle. It's a nice slow pace. Go with your breath. Take your time. See if you can keep your elbows open wide. Go with the shoulder. That's it. Pulling in and up. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep that core engaged, and you're breathing and you're moving at your own pace. Now, if this is too much for your low back or you're just not feeling it today, you can always bring one of those feet down as you draw one in, so you don't have to keep it hovered. So pay attention to what your body needs this afternoon. Take another breath in and another breath out. That's awesome. Again, you can really hear Rachel's breath. It's very encouraging. Okay, one more time each side, and then draw the knees into the chest, wrap your arms around your legs. A great big hug for a job well done. Okay, we're not done yet. Don't get excited. Big breath in, rock and roll right to left. And then as you're rolling right to left, allow that momentum to get increase a little bit and turn yourselves right around. We're going to come into downward facing dog. This may be your first down dog of the day, and that's perfectly awesome. So pedal out your feet, spread your fingers nice and wide, and just let your body come into this pose, acknowledging that it might feel a little uncomfortable, Or maybe it's the most amazing feeling you've had all day long. I washed windows all day. I cannot tell you how sore I am. That's on top of a 6-mile walk from yesterday. But I'll tell you, moving into a down dog, it's like heaven. There's something about this stretch here. So really press the backs of your legs to the back of the room. Ground down underneath your thumb pad and the index pad. Drawing your arms in. Your ears are right in between your biceps. It's a beautiful pose. Inhale high up to your toes. Glide forward. Come into plank. Take a nice deep breath in. Check your distance. You might want to take your feet back just a little. And then with your next exhale, lift your hips up nice and high. One more time. Inhale up to your toes. Exhale, glide forward into plank. Pause and breathe. Exhale your hips high, down dog. So we're going to do just a few sun A's. It's such a beautiful sunshiny day. We can't get away without any of those. So inhale up to your toes. On your exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the crown of your head forward. Exhale, release, forward fold. Big breath in as you sweep to stand. Arms come up overhead. Maybe look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Take your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank. And then you decide what sounds good to you, what feels good to you. You can lower down. You could take the knees down first. You move and breathe through your vinyasa. So go ahead, keeping your elbows close to your side bodies. Really press down to the tops of your feet, drawing the shoulders back. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes. Either push back through your knees or full plank, and then go right back to down dog. We're going to do 2 more sun A's. So take your time. Come into the breath. Let that be your guiding force. Inhaling high up to your toes. Looking forward. Exhaling your feet right up in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise to stand. And then exhale again, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, feet go to plank, and then you choose where you need to go with this. Sometimes the sunshine is very invigorating and it gives you the energy and the momentum you need to go through a vinyasa flow, or you're just going to enjoy it and take your time and skip it and go right back to down dog. You breathe and move as your body dictates. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Whenever you're in your down dog, you know you can pedal out your feet or bend both knees, bringing your shins parallel to the mat. Tip your hips up nice and high. We've got one more sun A to do. So take a full breath in as you come up to your toes. Exhaling, look forward, feet between your hands. Inhaling for that halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise to stand, big and strong, nice and bright. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Feet back out. Last time for the sun A rotation. If you want to finish that off with a vinyasa, rinsing it off or skipping it all together and going back to down dog. Listen for your breath. Let it keep anchoring you, grounding you right where you are. Your own little meditative flow. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Exhale, look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Take your right hand to your left wrist. Stretch up nice and tall. And then exhale, hinge toward the right, stretching out your side bodies. Inhale, come back to center. Switch your grip. Exhale the other way. Inhale, come on back up to center. Pause. Bring your hands to your heart space. We're going to come into Malasana here. So separate your feet. Toes point out. And then with a nice deep breath in, just start to bend your knees, taking your hips down. And then eventually you can get your elbows inside your knees. Really draw your shoulders back so they're stacking more over your hips than you are leaning forward. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Release the left hand down, sweep the right hand up, twisting open. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Big breath in, sweep the left hand up. Full breath in. Exhale, bring the hand down. Lift the hips. Come on into a forward fold. Toe heel the feet back in underneath your hip points. Big breath in for that halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise high to stand. On your exhale, sit your hips back, come into chair. You can take your hands right to your heart space here. Pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And as I said, we're going to be doing some arm balances today. So we're going to do some twisting to squeeze out the internal organs, and everything is going to work together. So take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then with your next breath, straighten the legs, forward fold, right back over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank. Take a full breath here and decide if you want your knees up or down and if you're going to lower or not. Again, you can always skip that and go right into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. Okay, inhale once again, come on up to your toes. Exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise high to stand, exhaling your hips back for chair. Keep the weight in your heels. Bring your hands back to your heart space. Take a nice deep breath in, sitting your hips nice and low, lay right out over your legs. We're going to twist, so take your left elbow outside your right knee. Long breath in, long breath out. Draw that right shoulder back, feel the crown of your head go forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. We're just getting into the twisting phase. One more breath in, one more breath out. Forward fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring your hands to your heart space and pause. Okay, we're going to go back into Malasana because we're going to come into the arm balance. So toe heel your feet apart. Toes point out, and then again, sitting your hips back. Bring yourself down into Malasana. I call this the gardening pose because this is how I like to pull weeds, believe it or not. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. So we're going to set our hands maybe about 6 to 10 inches in front. And then as you lift your hips, bring your toes back together. And you're going to rest the knees right on the back of your triceps. Now you can stay right here and just start to hinge forward. Keep looking forward, taking your heart forward, and you can lift one foot at a time. Or you could try to lift both. But keep breathing and find a lift, squeezing in through the elbows. You can come in and out of this as much as you need to. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. This is really pumping the blood through your arms now. And then with your next breath, feet come back down. Let's go into a forward fold. Toe heel the feet back in. Big breath in for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise back up to stand, bringing your hands back to your heart space for Tadasana. Pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale the hands back up. Exhale, sit your hips back for chair. Bring the hands to your heart space whenever you need to. So pay attention to what your shoulders are saying to you. And we're going to twist the other way now. So sit your hips back a little bit lower, lay right out over your legs, and the right elbow will go outside the left knee. If that left or the right knee is popping forward, bring it back into alignment. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then with your next breath, you can forward fold right over your legs. Toe heel your feet apart. Let your hands come to opposite elbows. Let's find ragdoll. Give yourself a break, coming back into the rhythm of your breath. You can sway right to left, giving your low back some release. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. Let your hands come back down to the earth. Toe heel your feet back in underneath your hip points. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, rise high to stand. Exhale your hands to your heart space and pause. How are you feeling, Rachel?
Lovely.
I like this. I've got a little model. This is awesome. Okay, everybody, put a smile on your face. Here we go. Take a nice deep breath in. Lift the hands up nice and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands at the top of the mat. Take your feet back out long to plank. Pause in your plank, pulling in through the low belly. And then you decide if you need to rinse this off with the vinyasa. We're headed back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. With a full breath in, lift your right leg straight up behind you. Keep your foot flexed. Really push with the heel, and as you exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Now pause here and gently release the left knee down to the mat. Stay on top of the knee, not on the kneecap. Untucking the toes. And with your next inhale, rise high for crescent. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And you can sweep your hands back a little if it feels good to get a little bitty back bend in here. Big breath in, big breath out. And then bring your hands right to your heart space. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. We're going to twist toward the right. So take your left elbow outside the right knee. You can stay down on that left knee, or if you want a little bit more intensity, tuck the toes and come off the knee, coming into a twisted low lunge. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out, drawing the right shoulder back. Take a full breath in again and a full breath out. And then staying right here with the elbow connected outside the right knee, let's bring the left foot forward for a twisted chair. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Now we're going to stay here for 2 more breaths, and we're going to try to come into the arm balance. Your choice, okay? So if you're going to come into the arm balance here, you're going to take your hands. They're not going to be on the mat. They're going to be on the carpet. So let your hips come down. The hands can be staggered. You're going to keep that right knee attached to the back of the left arm and lean forward. Let your heart come forward. Let your head come forward.
I took the mat with me.
You took the mat with you. And your feet will eventually start to lift. It may only be one at a time. And this may feel very, very awkward, and that's perfectly normal. Take a full breath in and a full breath out.
Again.
The beauty of being in your own home is if you fall down, nobody knows.
Well, except for you guys.
Take a nice deep breath in, replant your feet, come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise up to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Take your left foot to the back edge of the mat and take another deep breath in, coming back into crescent. Rise high, full breath in, full breath out. Exhale the hands down and either jump switch or walk the left foot forward and the right foot back. Once your feet are set, you can gently release the right knee down. Untuck the foot, and then with a big breath in, rise strong for crescent. And take your time here. As you open up across the heart, your shoulders come back. Your hands are nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath in, and then bring your hands to your heart space. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, leaning forward, get nice and long from your tailbone to the crown of your head. We're going to twist to the left. So take your right elbow outside the left knee. You can stay right here, working on drawing that left shoulder back, or you can tuck the toes and come off the right knee. Take another breath in and another breath out, and a little deeper into that left knee. There you go. And then with your next breath, we're going to bring that right foot forward to come into a twisted chair. Take a nice inhale here and an inhale out. Now, you can stay here for 3 breaths or start to work your way into side crow. So again, your hands will come down to the side. You're going to keep your left elbow tucked and tight against the right tricep. Leaning forward, trying to lift a foot here or there. If you can keep the heels connected, sometimes that helps to keep the legs as one unit. But you have to keep drawing your heart forward. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And no worries if it doesn't work, because this is a tough pose. When you're ready, you're going to come back into a forward fold. But you take your time and move to your degree. Remember, this is just a practice, so we have to keep practicing if we're ever going to get there. Take a full breath in, your halfway lift, coming into heart forward and head forward. Exhale, release. Big breath in, come to stand, rinse it all off. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep your hands down. Take your right foot to the back edge of the mat and your left foot at the front, coming back into crescent. So take a nice deep breath in, rising strong. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Hands come down, left foot goes back to meet the right, you're back in plank. Take a full breath in plank. Decide if you want to rinse this off, or we'll go right back to down dog and meet there. Now I'm guessing because I haven't called for it. You haven't thought about it. But now would be a great time for a child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch. Spread your knees nice and wide. Let your arms go long in front of you, or maybe you wrap them around your sides like a turtle. But keep your forehead connected either to the mat, or you could stack your hands underneath it. And pause and give yourself a break here. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. This is your Monday practice. Let it energize you for the rest of the week, or maybe just the rest of the night. There's no rush. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, come up to your fingertips like there's tennis balls under your hands. Walk both hands off to the left, stretching out the right side body. Keep tacking that right hip back, taking another full breath in and a full breath out. Come on back up to your fingertips, and then using your breath, walk your hands over to the right, stretching out the left side. Does that feel good, Rachel? Awesome. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out, walking your hands back into center. Lift your hips, tuck your toes. Let's come back to down dog, our friend. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Exhale, look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand. Bring your hands to your heart space and pause. You can turn and face forward if you want. We're going to come into pigeon, standing pigeon. Okay? So we might as well hit all the arm balances. You don't have to do this if you don't want, right? It's just completely optional. All right, so take a nice deep breath in. Lift the arms up. Bring them right back to your heart space on an exhale. With your next breath, inhale the right knee up in front of you. Cross the ankle over the left knee and pause. You can stay right here. Lots of bus stops, okay? You can start to bend that left knee, taking your hips back. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And again, stay right here and just keep breathing for several breaths, or keep bending that leg, sitting your hips back, and maybe your hands eventually reach the floor. If they do, you're going to tuck the toes around the left tricep. And again, you can just lean forward and make the motion to come forward. But keep those toes hooked. Feet are flexed. Heart goes forward, head goes forward, and maybe the back foot lifts. Keep drawing in through the elbows, drawing everything into center. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And when you're ready, both feet meet. And you inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring your hands back to your heart space and pause. Tadasana. And you can keep your hands right at your heart space. You can bring your arms down by your side, palms open toward the front. Helps to roll the shoulders back here, really opening up across your heart. So soften your eyes. Let any tension go out of your jaw. These arm balances can be tricky things. We don't want them to create any more frustration or tension that we have. It's just a way, if anything, to work through some of the tension and the frustration. Play with it a little. Who cares if you fall out? Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, rise the hands high, look up, maybe take a little bitty back bend here. Exhale, hands back to your heart space and pause. Inhale, the left knee up in front of you, cross the ankle over the right knee. Keep your feet flexed. Pause and breathe and stay here, or start to bend that right leg, taking your hips back. All of this is optional except your breath. I want you to really breathe no matter where you are, so you can either stay put or keep bending that right leg. Hands can make it to the ground, and if you decide to move into the arm balance on this side, again, it's completely optional and nobody knows. If you fall out, you fall out. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And if you're in it, keep drawing your heart forward and your head forward. And when you're ready, we'll meet back in a forward fold. Pause and breathe. And then toe heel your feet apart. Start to bend your knees. Take your hips down. Let's come back into Malasana. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful, nice, strong, tall spine. Crown of the head is lifting. This really is a nice place to settle in. And it's so good for your feet as well as your hips. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Game for one more time for crane. Bring your hands down in front of you, maybe 6 to 10 feet. Don't toe heel your feet back in. Stay high on your toes and keep the knees attached to the backs of your arms. Start to bend your elbows and lean forward. You can stay right there, toes still on the ground. If you decide to lift one foot at a time, that's awesome, and maybe both feet lift. But keep looking forward, drawing your heart forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then when you're ready, your feet can come back down, straighten your legs forward, fold. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Hands to heart. Turn your feet so your back's square on the mat, ready to go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Walk your feet back out to plank. You follow your breath. Move and breathe. Find your groove. Energizing yourself. Breathing into cobra or up dog. Hopefully you have a lot of energy right now, so maybe that up dog. And absolutely 2 seconds count, Teresa. Awesome job. It doesn't make any difference how long you're in it, you guys. It really doesn't. These arm balances, it's just you're building some strength. You're different. And like I said, the beauty of it is in your own home. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching. You're on your own mat in your own little world. And you're letting your breath dictate what's going on. Lots of options to try today, so don't be shy. Take a full breath in, Rachel, and a full breath out, as well as the rest of you. And then inhale, the right leg straight up behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward. Take a nice big breath in as you come up to crescent. Stay high on those left toes. Right knee right above the ankle. Take a nice deep breath in, bringing the hands to the heart space. And then we're going to push off the back foot, straightening the right leg, coming into warrior 3. Heart goes forward, head goes forward. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Beautiful. And then with your next breath, bring the left foot down to meet the right. Sit your hips. Come on into chair. Breathing, letting the hips settle. Lay out right over your legs and twist again to the right. So left elbow outside the right knee. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. So your choice if you want to open your hands like Rachel just did, or bringing the hands down and coming into side crow.
I just can't do it.
And that's fine. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. It's everybody's choice. And then if whether or not you make it into the side crow or not, we're going to have the feet meet again and forward fold, coming in with your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let go. Feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank. Breathe and move. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You know the way now, so it's your choice for what you're doing. I keep encouraging you to try whatever you can now because, like I said, nobody's watching. So be confident with your breath. Let it be the guiding force. Inhale, the left leg straight out behind you. With breath, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Stay strong in your inhale as you rise up for crescent. Let the fingertips rise high, and then bring your hands back to your heart space. Pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Stay high on the right toes and bend a little deeper into the left knee. Really think about the pose and the alignment. One more breath in, one more breath out. And then start to straighten that left leg, pushing off the right foot, coming into warrior 3 here. Lift the right heel nice and high. Heart goes forward. Full breath in. On your exhale, the right foot meets the left. Rise tall and then sit your hips back for chair. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Lowering those hips, laying out over your legs, twisting to the left, right elbow outside the left knee. And again, you stay right here, or you play around with it, opening up the arms, or bringing the hands down to the earth, finding side crow on the other side. And I have noticed that doing these balancing poses on one side or the other, sometimes one side seems easier than the other. So be patient. Just breathe and be okay with wherever you are. Take one more breath in, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Take a nice deep breath in plank, and then rinse it off. And we'll meet back in down dog. All right, let's stretch out a little bit. We've been practicing at getting small and getting into these twisted positions for arm balances, but now let's just follow the breath. Start to open up a little bit. Getting some length and stretching in as well. So from your down dog, take a full breath in, lift the left leg out, or sorry, the right leg out long behind you. Bend at the knee, stack your hips, get some stretching in here. Open up, and then exhale, push the heel out long behind you, and with your next breath, bring it forward, planted by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong for crescent, lifting up out of the hips, hands go high. Swivel the back foot down, opening up into warrior two. Now stay strong in your alignment here, so the right knee's over the ankle. Really press out on the outside edge of that left foot, grounding down, drawing that left thigh bone back. Flip the right hand, sweep it up, reach back, exhaling in a side angle, bring the elbow down nice and light. Left hand goes high. Spread all 5 fingers nice and wide, and then palm down, reach that hand forward right over your ear. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Using your core, start to lift the right hand out to meet it like you're holding a beach ball. Big breath in, exhaling back to warrior two. Breathe and move. Flip the palm, inhale up, exhale hands down. Step it back to meet the left, rinse it off and flow. I like these sequences because it just brings the movement and the breath together, rinsing off what I need to shed, but energizing me and giving me more momentum to move as I need to. Take a full breath in as you lift the left leg out straight behind you, bending at the knee, stack the hips again, push the heel back, and then with your next breath, bring the foot forward and place it by your left thumb. Set your feet, rise high on an inhale for crescent, reaching up nice and high and strong, and then swivel the back foot down, opening up for warrior two on this side. Beautiful. Ground down on the outside edge of that right foot, and then flip the left hand, sweep it up, reach back, coming into side angle, take your time, breathe and open up, and then take that top hand, palm down, reach the bottom hand out to meet it, keep pulling in through the low belly, and then following the breath, come back up to warrior two, flipping the hand, you breathe and move, coming back into plank and pausing, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. And if you haven't told yourself lately, I'll tell you right now, you're doing a phenomenal job. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more time, inhale up to your toes. Look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise high, breathe tall. Bring your hands to your heart space and pause. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, reach your hands up nice and high. Let them frame your head. Exhale, your hips back for chair. Last one, I promise. You can take your hands to your heart space if you need to. Breathe. Drop your hips a little lower. One more breath in. One more breath out. Keep bending your knees, taking your hips lower and lower and lower until you finally get to the ground. And we're going to come right into Navasana, boat pose. Now, you can keep your toes down here if you choose to. You can keep your feet up. Your hands can hook behind your thighs, or you could actually take your hands down behind you and rest on your fingertips. Breathe here. Use your full breath in and lift through the heart. One more breath in. That's it. Beautiful. One more breath out. And then just as slow as you came from chair into boat, we're going to lower and extend until eventually you come flat on the mat. Take your time. Breathe. Awesome. Inhale the arms overhead. Take a full body stretch, making some circles at your ankle joints and your wrist joints. Reconnecting to the earth. And then bring your hands back down by your sides. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Draw your knees into your chest one at a time. Wrap your arms around your shins. Rock and roll. And then we're going to take our legs straight up. So push the heels toward the ceiling. Your hands can be right by your side, or you can rest them underneath your low back if you want a little bit of an elevation. That's it. Nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And let's just pause here for a few minutes to reverse gravity. How's that feel, Rach? Good. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. With your legs up and gravity working its way through the legs back down to your heart, this is a really nice way to settle your nervous system. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Nice and slow, bring one knee into your chest at a time. And then bring one foot down to the earth at a time. Pause and breathe. We're going to come to a seated posture. So if you just want to roll to your right side, use your hands to push yourself up. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Legs extended in front of you. Just like you were, except now you're seated. We're going to come into a forward fold here. So take a nice deep breath in, reach the arms up, get long, and then on your exhale, hinge forward. Hands come right out over your legs. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out, stretching out your low back. And then walk your hands back up your legs, coming back to a seat. You can take your legs nice and wide for a straddle position, keeping the feet flexed. Take a full breath in again, reaching straight up. And then exhale, hinging forward, walking the hands out. And if you happen to get a cramp in your hip, just bring the legs in a little bit. Give them a little bit of a wiggle. Take a nice deep breath in here and a deep breath out. And nice and slow, you can walk your hands back in, coming back up to a seated position. Bring your legs back together. Take your right leg, cross it over your left. Sit nice and tall, hugging that knee into your chest. And then take your left arm and hug that right knee in nice and tight. Lift the right hand high. Exhaling, twist open. Bring the fingertips down to tent behind you. Stay nice and tall. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep that left foot flexed. Then with your next breath, come back to center. Bring both hands high and bring your hands back to your heart space. Take the right leg out long. Give the legs a little bit of a pedaling out. Beautiful. Take a full breath in as you bend the left leg. Bring that foot right over the top of the right leg. Flex the right foot. Big breath in as you take your right hand around the left knee. Take the left hand high. Big breath in. Exhale it down. Use it as a kickstand. Take a full breath in and a full breath out as you draw your heart open toward the left. And just notice your breath as it moves through your body in this little twisted position. One more breath in, one more breath out. Come on back to center. Take the legs out long in front of you. Give them another bit of a wiggle. And then let's do what I like to call Frankenstein. So flex your feet, sit nice and tall, hands out in front of you, and then nice and slow. Tuck your tailbone, lower back down. We're headed back down to the mat. Keep breathing. Use that core. You can make this as intense as you want. It's just a matter of how long it takes you to get down onto the mat. When you finally make it down, take your arms up overhead again for another full body stretch. And then bring the knees into your chest and the arms down around your shins, rocking and rolling right to left. Leaving the knees stacked over the hips. Open up your arms, palms down. Let both knees go to the right and look out over your left shoulder. Slow little twist from tail to crown. And then using your core and your breath, draw the knees back up through center. Keep the feet flexed. Pause and exhale them toward the left. Look out over your right shoulder. One assist. Sure. I know we all can't wait to get back into the studio so I can get some hands-on and do some assisting. One more breath here and then bring the knees back in. Hug yourself nice and tight. Bring the head and shoulders up, rocking right to left once again. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Plant your feet. Let the soles of the feet come together. Open the knees wide. We're just taking a nice slow settling down for the end of class. Not everything has to go full board all the time. You can do that through your vinyasa flows and always keeping that breath ramped up. Always your choice. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You just pause and you breathe here in this hip opener. Coming back into the inhales and the exhales, and maybe you notice your face again, soften your eyes and let any tension come out of your jaw, separating your teeth, taking the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. You never know where we're holding stress. Somebody makes a comment and you're like, oh yeah, I was doing that. Pause and breathe. And then bringing the hands to the outsides of your knees, close them up like a book, draw them back into yourself for another hug. And then you can reach down for a happy baby, reaching for the outsides of your feet, drawing the knees down closer to your armpits, and again, rocking right to left. This feels so good in your low back. These strange little movements that we do. But it's just to bring some curiosity and awareness to what's going on in our body. What we're capable of. Sometimes we're capable of a lot more than we think. Arm balances. Maybe next time it'll be a headstand. You just don't know. But the key is to never say, no, I can't do that. Because you don't know until you try. Take one more breath in and then release the feet. One more hug in. And then we're going to settle in for Shavasana. So if you have a pillow or a blanket you want to put under your knees, that's great. Otherwise, take the right heel to the right corner of the mat and the left heel to the left corner of the mat. Open your arms away from your side bodies. Roll your head a little bit right to left. Really get comfortable. And then tip your chin down just the tiniest bit more. Beautiful. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. I'm going to ring the bells when it's time to come out of Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Bring a little movement into your fingers and your toes. And then we can finish class the same way we started. So bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Taking that full breath in and full breath out. Finding some gratitude for your own breath. Bringing a smile to your face. Maybe you tried some really challenging things today. Maybe you were content to just breathe. Know that whatever you choose, it's right for you right now in this moment, and that's all that matters. You don't have to jump ahead. You don't have to worry about what happened yesterday. Take one more full breath in and a slow breath out. The light and truth in me sees that in each of you. I'm so grateful for your participation. It's great to see all your names pop up. I love reading your comments. Shoot me a hello or a hi so I know that you are here. Doesn't matter if you do this class with us live or if you watch them later. We're grateful for your support and love of balance in our community, and we're really glad that you're part of our family. Thanks to Rachel back there for being the little model today. Thanks to all of you. And together we say, Namaste.